Welcome my fabulous diamond painting fanatics, I'm DiDi and thanks for joining me for today's drill with me. So you know what that means, get your kits, get your crochet piece, your any kind of craft you want to do. But let's get crafting together, and I'm still working on my mermaid at sea and I'm almost done. I only need this little section here and then I think a 10 by 25 stretch. I'm almost there, and the mermaid is looking so beautiful. It's looking so beautiful. If you follow me on Instagram, you might have seen my latest update there on this piece about me finding my mojo back. I actually did a quarter of this canvas in 2 days, and I've been struggling to get work done on it and just getting work done on any piece at the moment. And so I'm so happy that I found my mojo, and I kind of promised you an update on my date with Bo. And Bo is a nickname. Bo stands for the bow tying guy. We met during carnival. We were both pretty tipsy. Yeah, that's fair to say. We were both pretty tipsy. And yeah, we kind of connected. We had fun. He tied my bows for my costume. He did quite a good job at it, even though he was tipsy. And yeah, it was fun. We really seemed to connect. So I asked for his phone number, and we've been texting ever since. And we actually had a date planned last Monday. Today is Friday. But due to his schedule and mine, later mine, we couldn't meet that night, so we had to reschedule, and then it was 2 evenings ago. And I kind of promised you an update and a little first date tag. I found one which had only 7 questions. And yeah, we will see how far we get. Oh, my brain, it's fried. I worked all day today and it was mind-numbing. Best description. The date, however, wasn't. So he does not live in the same city as I do, and somehow I feel more comfortable going to someone on a first date than inviting them to my hometown, to my spots where I would like to go. I may sound a bit crazy, I am, but yeah, I do feel more comfortable going to some place knowing that I could just get in the car, go away, and I have an escape route, to be quite honest. So yeah, I went to, of course one of my friends knew where I was going, so we decided to meet up at his place. And that's merely because I'm not really familiar in his hometown, and there's free parking where he lives. So I parked my car there, we met, and we decided to walk to the city. And we actually talked quite a lot about all kinds of stuff, about my job, his job. He's trying to sell his house, how that's going. Yeah, we didn't run out of things to talk, so we just went for a drink. I like my red wines, went a bit colder, so I had a nice red wine, and we just chatted. And it came easy. It wasn't forced like every one of you who's a bit older and who's been on multiple first dates might know that when you have a first date, sometimes you just get the same, what do you do? Well, yeah, I do this. And well, oh, and how's your family? Do you have pets? And what your hobbies? And stuff like that. And it might seem a bit forced. And with him, we just switched subjects quite easily. We discussed some politics due to the fact that last Monday was election day, and we both viewed the same about some political parties we oppose. We might not agree on the one we voted on, but I can live with his choice, and we're pretty close when it comes to what we find important in voting. So that was actually quite interesting. So we had a little discussion about that. Of course, we discussed the events on Monday. I think slowly all of us accepted it. Apparently he worked alone, and the guy who did the attack, and yeah, so we just discussed it, and we were able to connect about it, have a little discussion about what we both thought and how we were in the dating game. And I think we're both at the same point in dating. I'm not really looking to date. I'm not actively on dating sites or dating apps. I have them on my phone, but I never use them. And yeah, he has the same thing. Just because the dates, they're just a bit blah, normally. And in this case, yeah, we really had fun. We I think we could have talked all night. And around 10:30, something like that, we decided to call it a night and go home. I was pretty tired after my crazy week at work, and he was a bit tired as well. So we both decided just to call it a night. He gave me a little kiss. Just a little. And yeah, I really enjoyed the company. And if it's up to me, there's definitely gonna be a next date, just to see where this could go. So that's promising. Normally I'm a bit picky. And I always find something wrong with a guy in like 5 seconds. Yes, I know, it's, oh man, I'm not making it myself easy, but yeah, normally I know how to find anything to pick on, to criticize on. And I think Bo isn't perfect. But the things that I might not like that much about him might not like that much, they aren't qualities that I would normally fall for. They don't annoy me, and normally I'm annoyed by the time I finish my first drink. And this time I wasn't, so that's a good sign. So yeah, and he walked me to my car, he kissed me goodnight, and he wanted to know the moment I got home that I was at home safe and that I didn't get into an accident. And yeah, so I texted him, and we've been both texting a bit since then. And when I say a bit, I'm not big on texting. Some of you might know I'm not really good at social media. I'm more of a talking in person kind of person. So I also have a bit of difficulties texting, because what is there to talk about when you work? I can't really talk about my work, and yeah, he can talk about his work, but then it gets boring, and I think some discussions you could better have in person. So yeah, I think we really connected, and I'm pretty happy about it. So I'm really hoping that we continue on this path, and that there might be something nice happening in the future. I don't know. At least it was a better date than the one with the TV guy. And if you guys missed that, I went on a date with a guy, and his hobby was watching TV. And I can understand that from a 12-year-old, not from someone who's 36. I'm like, yeah, no, nope, not gonna happen. And yeah, Bo does have all kinds of interests. He has quite a social life. So yeah, I think he's at least he shows some potential. Let's put it at that way. And since it wasn't really all that juicy to tell you, I might do a little tag. It's gonna be a short drill with me today, but let's see. I found a tag, 7 questions about first dates. And the first one is how long does it take you to get ready for your date? I'm not really big on makeup, and I believe that a person should like you for your character, not for your looks. You obviously want to look nice, but I'm not overdoing it. I used to, but that just gave off the wrong idea, I think. But normally this time I think, let's see, I took a shower, I combed my hair, I made sure that it was nice and soft, just had it loose, had some light makeup on, so just some mascara, a bit of eyeshadow in a neutral color, and a bit of blush, and just some neutral lip color, like I think I used the lip smacker this time. Just something that gives it some shine and gives it some moisture to it. That's normally my pick. And I picked out some simple jeans. I had a blouse with some hearts. It's quite flattering, and some boots. Just a simple, nothing over the top, easygoing look. So yeah, it didn't take me too long, because everything I was wearing I was already wearing. I didn't change my clothes, and the makeup took me like 15 minutes. So yeah, that wasn't too bad. So yeah, that's how long it normally takes me. The second question is, what's my idea of a perfect first date? Well, I've got 2, and it depends on how the contact has been with the person before the first date. If I've been chatting with someone for quite a long time, and I really want to spend some more time with them, or if I'm not really sure whether or not I'm able to talk to him long, I might go for an adventurous date. For your information, there are 4 options: dinner, drinks, cinema, or adventurous dates. Well, big no No, 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 no to cinema. You can't talk. You might get frisky even though you don't want it. Just no, not a good idea. Not for a first date. Dinner. It's cool if you first had drinks and everything's going well and you decide to order something to eat. Yeah. But starting off with dinner and being halfway through your appetizer and realizing that you really don't want to spend the rest of the evening with the guy kind of sucks, because you're already at the table, and getting up in the middle of the dinner, yeah, kind of awkward, and that's gonna make it a very long dinner. So no, no, not my idea. Adventurous dates, and with adventurous dates I mean, I once did a in the town I live in, we have in the summer open air concerts free to access, and everybody is just picnicking there, so everybody takes their own wine. And FYI, in the Netherlands it is allowed in these events to drink alcoholic beverages and take bottles with you, so you don't have to wrap them up in those paper baggies thingies like I was told it's supposed to go like that in the States. But we just bring out a bottle of wine, brought some glasses, and he made sure we had some nice food, so I had the glasses and the wine, and he made sure we had some snacks. And I think the guy that time, he made sure we had some very nice vegetables and dips and some salties and something like that. And we really had fun that evening. So that was a good date. Or something like, I once went on a walk with a guy in one of the parks near us, just walking, talking. That was fun. Not really adventurous, but fun. And I think I went bowling or shooting pool before as well. So yeah, something active, just to keep going, getting to know each other over a game. It's always a good option. And then there, of course, there's drinks, and that's my other option. And I kind of felt that I could talk to both, so that's why I chose drinks this time. The question number 3 is, what do you gravitate more towards to wear on the dates? Jeans, trousers, skirt or dress? I'm a definite jeans girl. First of all, my butt looks amazing in tight jeans and skinny jeans. And second of all, I always wear jeans. That's just, yeah, always. So yes, I do have a lot of dresses, and the moment I feel like I need to put on a dress, I think I'm putting too much pressure on the date, and then I know 10 times it goes horribly wrong. So just casual, and we'll see where it goes. Sorry, my screen just blacked out. Yep, there we go. On the date of your choice, what makeup would you wear? The choices are Girl Next Door, Smoky and Sexy, Bold Lips or Brights. It really depends on the outfit. With my pale complexion, I can pull off the bold lips, like Taylor Swift tends to do that. Just keeping her eye makeup and the rest of her face quite neutral, and then putting on some bright red lips. Bright, I'm not really sure what they mean by that. I don't do smoky and sexy simply because it takes too long. No, not gonna happen. And the girl next door look, just simple, not too much. Yeah, that's keeping it neutral. That's I think that's my go-to style. Nothing too big. Already number 5. Oh, that's an easy one. My date says you have a half an hour to be ready. What do? I would brush my teeth. I would look in the mirror and check whether or not I have ginormous bags under my eyes. If I have, I'll try to fix those. If my hair is already in a ponytail or a bun, I will try to make it look better. And I would definitely look for stains on my clothes. And I might change my top if it's one of my very easygoing tops that's not really date appropriate, aka my work tops, just simple, plain, nothing too special about it. Yeah, I might change my top into a nice blouse or a more fancy top, but yeah, that's about it. So half an hour, no problem. Challenge accepted. And I will pass with flying colors. Alrighty. Number 6. Your date asks for the bill. Do you A, offer to pay with actual meaning to pay, make a fake fuss with no intention of paying, expect him to pay straight away? I will always, I will go for option A. Ask if he wants me to pay and actually mean it. I've got a pretty good job and I am a strong believer that women should be independent and that we can definitely take care of ourselves and that we do not need a man to pick up the bill for us. But it is a big plus if he says no, I'll get it. If the guy starts fussing about splitting the bill and then actually starts doing calculations on how much each of us drank and so what's gonna cost, there's definitely not gonna be a second date. No, that's just splitting it evenly. Yeah, sure, no problem. If I didn't want to do it, I shouldn't have offered. But the moment someone starts fussing about, well, your wine was more expensive than my beer, so you should pay more. Seriously, my boobs will drop to the floor. Yeah, it's jaw-dropping. No, not gonna have a second date. I think some good manners when it comes to a guy taking you on a date are very nice, and you can overdo it. Trust me, you can. I've been on that date and it was fun at first, and by the time the date was over I was so freaking annoyed. Let me tell you why. I went on a date with a guy who was in the Dutch military, and he was in training to be a naval officer. And then there they get high etiquettes training. So pulling out the chair, opening the door, holding your hands. Yeah, that's fun at first, but it was so bad that he would literally, I'm over 6 foot. So trust me, I do not need a hand to step from the road onto the pathway on the side of on the street, just stepping up the curb. I do not need a hand for that. That's literally 15 centimeters. I can do that. I don't have any problems lifting my feet up 15 centimeters. I'm not gonna lose my footing over that. No, not gonna happen. This guy actually managed to show up on the first date with a ginormous bouquet of white roses. Very romantic. I know, very unpractical, definitely. Because it ended up that I had to walk through the city with an unbox, the bouquet of roses. Having to ask in every restaurant, bar we went to, because the date was fun and he was very nice to talk to, and he was just too much of a good guy. Yeah, having to ask to be put on water and alrighty. And so he actually, I need to go to the toilet somewhere in between dinner. He stood up, made sure he pulled my chair back so I could stand up from my seat. And then when I got back, he actually stood up to push my chair back underneath me. I know I might be crazy, but it annoyed the crap out of me. I mean, like, seriously, no. When it comes to dates, I must say this guy, he was one of the nicest guys I ever dated, and I just wasn't that into him. And trust me when I say that I hoped I was, because he was actually nice and he had everything together. And if you hear a crinkly sound, I'm trying to find the color that I just ran out of. And it might be this one. Nope, not that one. He actually took me to one of the more expensive restaurants in the town that I studied in. Please tell me I'm not running out of this color. 68. If you guys know how I keep my unbagged drills, this is how I do it. And I think I found it. Hell yeah, I found it. Yeah, he took me on the, I think it was the 3rd date, and I really liked the guy. I must say I liked the guy. He was kind, he was talkative, we had a lot of contact, and I just wasn't, oh no, it was the 2nd date. It was the 2nd date. I wasn't really feeling it at that point. I wasn't really sure, but he asked me on the 2nd date to have dinner with him, and he actually took me. We have a restaurant where I studied, and it's very high up in a tower, and you have a lovely city view, and it was a very nice 3-course dinner, and of course he paid everything. And when I say very nice, I was studying, so I had quail for my main course and tuna and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, not your typical student meal. It was really good though. And it was extremely cold. And when I say extremely cold, it was 20 degrees below freezing Celsius. So yeah, Oh, it was cold, and I wear a very cute kimono dress. I still know what I wore that night. And at that tower you can even go up a bit further, and you can get on this elevator which has a glass wall which rotates at the top. And yeah, so we were waiting to go on there, and I was freezing my butt off. So I told this guy, I'm so cold, expecting him to understand the hints, because I did not expect his coat, definitely not. But I would expect him to just put his arm around my shoulder, something like that. Just, nope, he was too gentlemanlike. And yeah, that's where it went wrong. If he just put his arm around me and might have kissed me, oh my god, I think we would have been together for quite a long time. But yeah, that guy just, I think somewhere halfway through the first date I told him, dude, just you don't have to open the door for me. It's nice. You don't have to pull out my chair. I can do it. I've done it. By then I was 23. I'd done it 23 times, 23 years before. So yeah, it's not something I need help with. So he actually tried to do less of all that stuff, but yeah, he was extremely good at picking dates, but he was too gentlemanlike to actually make a move. Yeah. So by day 3, I liked the guy. I really could talk to him, but I did not want to kiss him. You know, the feeling when you're on some date and you're like, something was missing. Yeah. So only 3 dates, but he did have some pretty good dates. He's still my top 1 when it comes to dates. And I don't think I'm ever gonna date a guy who's gonna top his dating skills. Alrighty, question number 7. Do you go out with him again? Yeah, well, that depends on how the first date goes. So if by the time I finish my first drink he does not say anything, or he doesn't really share anything, or yeah, when there's no fluent conversation, there's definitely not going to be a second date. The other thing that really bugs me is when you have the first date and it was fun, and you expect, well, we're gonna meet again, and he starts stalking you. Like, I've got a job, I can't really pick up my phone every second and start texting you back. Long conversations, I'll just be yes, no, okay, yes, fine, thanks. Just very short answers, and there are guys who really can't handle that. So if you haven't answered them back in like 2 hours, they go, is something wrong? Why are you not texting back? Oh my god, like seriously? Seriously? And yeah, I know, seriously, so Grey's Anatomy, and the only reason I'm saying it is because of Grey's Anatomy. I watched a lot of Grey's Anatomy the years before I started studying med school. And it's one of the first things, inside jokes, me and my other friends had when we both decided to study medicine in high school. And we were like, seriously? Each and every time someone did something stupid. So yeah, seriously, still in there. And I blame Grey's Anatomy for it. But yeah, I can't handle someone who's immediately, why aren't you texting me back? No, nope, not gonna happen. because I can't always just drop everything and come running towards you. And yes, I might be late on a first date or a second date or any date if it's planned right after I finish work. Because when my patient is dying, I'm very sorry, but my patient goes first. And I'm not gonna leave them. I'm not. That's part of the job, and if you can't handle it, you're not my guy. So yeah, being extremely possessive, clingy, no, not my thing. So yeah, whether or not there's gonna be a second date depends on how the first date went and how he is after the first date. Because if he's clinging, hell no. No, not gonna happen. The last question. It's time to say goodbye to your date, and you really like it. What do you do? Or like him? What do you do? And there are 5 options. So wave. When they say wave, I immediately go to the scene in 40 Days, 40 Nights, where Josh Hartnett is on the 40-day celibacy thing, and he meets this girl and he waves after their first date. That's the first thing that comes to mind. And the only reason I would wave to some guy is if he really messed up. So no, if I like my date, no, I'm not gonna wave. Hug. I hug my friends. I'm a big hugger, but I think it's really close and intimate, and I don't know. No hugs. A kiss on the cheek, yeah, definitely. If he's just a regular nice person, date went well, yeah, sure, you'll get 3 pecks on the cheek. And 3 is the Dutch way. We don't do 1, we do 3. It's just the way we do it. A peck. I think that's just like one quick kiss on the mouth, right? I think I would love to have the restraint to do that, but if I really want to like a guy and I want to kiss him, I'm going for option E, which is the full-on smooch. Yeah, sorry, I don't have that kind of restraint. If I like the guy and I'm gonna kiss him, it's gonna be a good kiss. Just a peck, no. No. I don't think I'm capable of that. I applaud all the women that can do that. I'm not that type of girl. I can't. And I have enough self-restraint to make sure that the full-on smooch does not end in some other steamy stuff we're not going to discuss, because some under 18 ears might be listening. So yeah, sorry if it's a little bit too much information. I'm sorry, just being honest here. I should have read the tag before I started. But yeah, sorry, not sorry, that's just who I am. So yeah, that kind of concludes this tag, and I even made this a 40-minute drill with me, and I think that I might try to do 2 a week if I have the time. If I find other good tags, or if you know a tag that I should definitely answer, just leave it down below, you know, there in the description, and not description but the comment section. I read all of the comments, even though I might only give you a hard deck. I've read it, and I really appreciate all the comments on there. But yeah, if you want me to do a special tag, or if you want me to talk about some kind of subject, just let me know. Because yeah, just talking about my week and when I've just been working all day, it's not that interesting, I know. So yeah, when I run out of ideas, I resort to tags or things people ask me. So just try and I can see what I can do for you. And that concludes this drill with me, and I hope you got a lot of work done on your section. Yeah, I got some done. I'm a bit struggling with the lighting. As you can see, it's a bit dark here because my lamp is behind my camera, and so the camera is on top of everything, casting some shades, and it's a bit difficult. But I'll manage, especially when I remove all of you and continue on it. But yeah, thank you for watching and listening. I hope you got some work done on your crafts, and I will see you in my next video. And with that, there's nothing left for me to say than happy drilling!